Guru Pyari Sangat. There's a wonderful atmosphere. It feels like home. Regardless of wherever we are in the world, it feels like home. It feels very familiar. The Langar, the Seva, the Kirtan, the Sangat, the Ekta, and the real mixture as well of people of different races, religions, backgrounds, all together, all doing Seva in their own way, different Sevas, and all together. So many similarities from here to the program at Sri Patna Sahib that it's hard to distinguish where we are in the world. Sometimes you forget that we're in Africa. We could be in India. We could be anywhere in the world. The message, the universal message is the same. And this is the message that we're reminded of again and again. Jin prem kiyo, jin prem kiyo. So we learn to love. Those who love, jin prem kiyo, tin hi prabh payo. That those people will realize God. So around us we see an expression of that love in the way that the Seva is done. Everybody's sitting together, regardless of race, color, background, caste, creed. We're all sitting together and eating together in the Langar. It's been a very busy day, and for some I think it's been extremely busy, and they've decided to have a little rest. I don't know if you can quite see Mr. Singh here. He's having a little rest. It's a bit too dark to see. I won't disturb him by talking too loud because I might wake him up. And then if I wake him up, he'll want to take the camera away from me, and that'll be the end of that. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Here again you can see the powerful engines where the Langar is being made. And the heat from this distance is significant. It's incredible to think that only a few hours ago this was just a bit of muddy ground, and now you have this engine, you have this incredible, amazing force of Sevadars, people doing Seva, preparing Langar for Guru Di Sangat, and the Sangat arriving and eating the Langar. Maharaji bahut kirpa. And at the back here, this is a platform that's been prepared. I'm not quite sure what's going to go on this platform, but there's one here and there's another cooking area that's been prepared underneath the other cover there as well. So we'll come to that a bit later on. At the back of the Langar hall, we have a very organized system here for dealing with the food waste and then the washing process. So these plates are working very hard, as are all the spoons and cups and everything. So as they've done their duty in the Langar hall, they're brought here and then they follow this system along here. So progressively getting cleaner as they go to the left. Jumbo. And then once washed, they're placed here and then they're dried. And then from here, back in the Langar, and the cycle starts again. Ready to do their duty again and to help in the serving and eating process. Ah, here's the other cooking area. I'm not sure it's still being used. I'm not sure it's being used yet, but certainly it's ready to be. It looks like it's been constructed, so maybe not too long. Satnam Vaheguru, Satnam Vaheguru, Satnam Vaheguru, Satnam Vaheguru, Satnam Vaheguru, Satnam Vaheguru. Okay, so now we'll travel away from the Langar hall. We'll travel towards the open ground area. On the right hand side here, there's the Jagir Singh Chal Health and Fitness Centre. I wish I knew who that was, but I'm sure that Jagir Singh Chal will be in the Hall of Fame in the main building there. So perhaps we can see who that was from there. I was told today that this place that we're at was originally called the Sikh Union, and when it was called the Sikh Union to begin with, there was an issue where the government didn't like the term Sikh Union. At that time, they didn't permit any particular religious or affiliation or religious group. So what they did was they changed, or they requested for the name to be changed to be something else, and they chose Simba Union. And it was Simba Union for some time, until recently the request was made to change it back to Sikh Union, which they did. So this is why some people call it Simba Union, because that generation grew up calling it Simba Union, and the next generation calls it Sikh Union, and that's the name that it currently is. So here you have at the back, just over there on the other side, there's the washrooms, and in front of the washrooms you've got this pool, and thankfully The light was working last night, so the water was so still that if it wasn't working, you could have easily just walked into the pool and had an early ishnan before the following morning. But thankfully the light was working, so you could see the pool. On this side, there's a play area. How did I not spot that? So there we go. Oh, they're stopping now. I think they're camera shy. Okay, and somewhere to sit outside under the shade and to have refreshments and snacks. There's a small, like a serving area at the back here with some entertainment, like pool tables and things for the children to play on. So many radiant looking Sikhs, very happy people sitting, enjoying the weather. ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਠੀਕ ਠਾਕ ਵਧੀਆ ਠੀਕ ਹੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ Now let's go through. We'll just get some shots of the young men, I believe, from Birmingham who are here. So we'll get some footage of them and then we'll head towards the grounds to see what's going on there. I did see some Gatka practice taking place there earlier on. Okay, so this is more of the box assembly line. You see these are the boxes that will be going to the slums tomorrow. So regardless of whatever's happened, we have Mr. Singh here seems to have hurt his arm. I think he hurt his arm or shoulder, but that doesn't stop him from helping to do what he can. Folding boxes, serving, whatever it is, he will still continue. You can't stop him. So it's wonderful to see such spirit and wonderful to see people working together. And this really is moving at quite some rate. When we were here earlier on, if you remember, there was a table full of boxes here. That table full has now been packed. It's gone. And they're going to begin again, which is quite something. Quite something. So we have a person appears to be
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You appear to be enjoying a cool drink.
Oh,
nice
cool drink.
Day.
Yes, a little bit of seva.
Sunny day. Can you tell us a bit about when you got here? What do you think of it so far? How do you feel?
Oh, wonderful experience.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be here.
When did you arrive?
I've just flown from Ethiopia, from Addis Ababa,
All right, okay.
to be here. So I've been working with Babaji we are in the process of creating Nishkam Rift Valley University in the Council of Kricho.
Would you mind? I know you won't. Would you mind introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about what you do, please?
Yes, my name is Upkar Singh Pardesi, and my background is in education. I've been in education, higher education for 40 years in the UK.
Right.
I'm a former dean of a business school in Birmingham.
Right.
So at the moment I'm working in Ethiopia, in Addis Ababa, and I'm director of, we're developing the first international business school at Addis Ababa University.
Right.
With some funding from 35 million euros from European Union.
That's handy.
Very handy. So a lot of experience, 4 years.
Yeah.
So as Babaji have this vision to create a university in Kenya.
Right.
So they asked me to see whether I can join the group.
What an incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
So lucky to be involved with such a venture as well.
Amazing opportunity.
And when will this happen? Are there timescales for it? Or is
Yep, there is obviously, it all starts with a vision, and Paisabji had this vision. We've got an institute, the Nishkam Upkar Singh Institute in Kericho.
Yeah.
We've also got a vocational arm, which is actually training carpenters and plumbers and the skills we need for any local economy.
Essential skills to start
Essential
building
skills.
the grassroots economy, so you can bring it up.
Absolutely, for the local
Fantastic.
community. And everybody can't go to university, but one of the visions Babaji all of us had is to create a university, values-led, faith-based university.
Wow.
In our part of the world in Kericho.
Amazing.
So what is really is fantastic news is that the local provisional government has allocated about 45 acres of land.
45 acres?
It's a big campus.
Wow. Okay, that's no small plot.
Yes, it's a huge project.
Right.
So it's very nice to have land.
Yeah.
But in order to create universities, we need places where students can be taught,
That's
which means
amazing.
buildings.
Yes, yes.
Therefore, we are now looking at how to secure the funding.
Right.
And what we are hoping to do with Guru's grace and Babaji's direction is to see whether we can work with the Kenyan government.
Right.
And my job is very much about encouraging the Kenyan government to work with the European Union delegation office in Kenya,
Right.
in Nairobi, to put together a proposal
Right.
that we can put forward to European Commission
Amazing.
for at least about 30 million euros, so
Right.
we can develop the first faculty, which
Right.
hopefully will be a business school and also an agri-processing innovation center.
Fantastic.
And
This
after
is
that, we will actually then move on to animal sciences
Right.
and agriculture.
Right.
And really, it's that part of the world where there is it's very rich soil.
Yeah.
There is a lot of output.
Yes,
But
yes.
most of it is sold as raw material.
Right.
But what Kenya needs is desperately to encourage agri-processing.
Right.
So rather than selling tea
Yeah.
and then selling it to England and then it comes back as processed,
Indeed.
we're then importing back the tea. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. No.
So,
no.
And there's like a lot of oranges grow here, and we sell them to export, and then we import orange juice.
Well,
Doesn't make a lot
that
of
doesn't
sense.
make any sense at all.
So
really,
we
does
want
it?
to encourage our local entrepreneurs and local farmers to
Right.
assist them in agri-processing.
Fantastic. All of this sounds incredible, and I have to say, thank God for Babaji's visions, and thank God for Babaji's sevadars that they give the seva to, and to have such faith and such visions is an incredible thing to see in this day and age. But it's making a difference everywhere. Could you tell us a little bit about the effect in Ethiopia, where you're working at the moment, and the status of the project there, and a bit about that? Could you tell us about that, please?
Oh, absolutely. In Ethiopia, about 10 years ago, they only had 2 universities.
Right,
And
right.
now the government has created another 30. So they got 32 universities.
Right.
But the problem is, the supply side of professors.
Yes.
You can create universities. Universities are more than buildings.
Yes.
We really need good professors, then we
Yes.
need good students.
Of course.
And in Ethiopia, the participation rate in higher education is only about 3%.
Well,
So
very
it's
low.
very, very low.
Very
so
low.
when you compare it to America, Japan, which is about 80%.
Wow.
In UK, we're trying to go up to 50%.
Right.
So in Kenya, I'm not sure about the participation. It's much higher than Ethiopia, but it's not more than about 10%.
Goodness me, that's very low, isn't it?
Very low. So we need to create opportunities
Right.
to open up higher education, and which hopefully will be subsidized.
Right.
So the vision that we have is very much about, based on idea of Nishkam,
Yeah.
that we create an institute that is somehow subsidized.
Yes.
And we give the opportunity based on merit.
Right,
And we
right.
actually create the next generation of entrepreneurs and innovators that this country desperately needs.
That's fantastic. Baisab, thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate your time and your explanations. Very much appreciated. Bye, Khasa. Bye, Ji Fateh.